this is gonna be the after Christmas episode, right? The first one.
Yeah, we didn't close the curtains all the way.
That's fine. I like to look at Haroon's face shining and beaming through the window.
You know what I want?
Huh?
When we do set up the camera on him, to have that TV on back there so we can see what he looks like. Because this wall's covering him. We can't see his facial reactions.
It's the best. All I get is hand gestures. And let me tell you, most of them are not positive. No, that's all I get.
They're not.
There's one.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, I guess it should be no surprise that you were listening to the #1 financial literacy podcast in the world. The man sitting next to me, my partner in time, my co-alcoholic on this space ride to financial literacy, the one and only Saied Omar.
Oh, thank you, my brother. Sitting next to me on my left is my partner in crime, Chris Nahibi. Welcome back to the show, everybody.
And the man behind the ones and twos who DJs with only one finger.
But why?
The one and only DJ Haroon, fresh off yet another round of PTO.
That's not true.
That's a lie. He's back-to-back episodes.
I guess we'll never know. These episodes coming out in all different orders these days.
Yeah, exactly.
Back-to-back episodes, but then I'm gone for a week.
We're doing
There
doing rocket science over here trying to figure out, this is episode what?
This is like 20-something, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what about that one we recorded like 6 months ago?
I know.
Yeah, I guess we probably shouldn't drop that one anymore, huh?
Happy belated Merry Christmas, everybody.
Ooh, that's not the way that's said.
No?
Happy belated Christmas, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't think you belate.
Merry Christmas to all of you yesterday? I don't know. Because this is coming out the day after.
Fuck it, happy holidays.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, man, I just had a thought. Did anybody give a fuck about Kwanzaa anymore?
Bro, Kwanzaa, forget Kwanzaa. At least Kwanzaa was being taught. Eid was never taught in school.
Eid was never taught in school, but when was the last time you heard anybody talk about
there's
Kwanzaa? Was big in the 90s.
Hold on. And there's two of them. It's like stiffing them twice.
There are two. Yeah. You want to explain that?
No.
It's a whole lot.
We don't want to drop off any listeners.
It's a lot. Yeah. I was born around the culture, raised around the culture. I still don't understand it.
Oh, you don't understand it?
No. The whole New Year thing?
I'll teach you after. It's not New Year.
We're going to have this conversation, really?
No, we're not going to have this conversation.
Hey, Haroon, you went to like Muslim school, right?
I did.
It's Islamic school, first of all. Muslim school.
Muslim school. I don't know what y'all call it.
You went to the same school.
I know. It doesn't matter. What exactly is the Eid supposed to represent?
The Eid?
It's Eid.
AIDS? What does AIDS represent again?
One of them is after Ramadan,
Yes.
and then the other one is 3 months after, and it's just celebratory. It's before New Year's.
Doesn't tell me what it represents.
No, it has a deeper meaning. There's a whole story behind it.
Yeah.
But I like how I'm talking about this with a glass.
A glass of what?
A glass of apple juice.
I knew you were going to say apple juice. I knew it. I just knew that you were going to say something juvenile like
Buffalo
that.
Trace.
Yeah. Buffalo Chase apple juice, that is.
Right.
Yeah. You know how many bartenders look at me all weird when I order, I always order like a Manhattan with Buffalo Trace,
Oh, okay.
but on the rocks. And they're like,
That's such an old man's drink, though.
it is. And
You're
people don't like
You're
giving
that
it to me.
guy?
Yeah, because I order like a whiskey drink
It's always
with bourbon
served
in
in
it.
like a weird glass, too. Like,
Oh, yeah. Class, brother. It's got to have a stem.
has to.
Daddy don't hold cups.
Really?
Hold the stem. No, I hate that shit.
I
I can't not spill. That's the problem. I'm like,
How do you hold it? Yeah, you got to hold it like with two fingers like this.
Yeah, it's not my thing.
All right.
Yeah. So we got some stuff to talk about today, and I got to tell you, I'm feeling really good about where the economy is going, and I'm also feeling really bad about it at the same time.
Yeah, that's why we're drinking. We're celebrating, but also mourning.
We're celebratory morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in this lovely episode, sponsored by the one and only Transcend Companies, go to transcendcompany.com/THSP. That's transcendcompany.com/THSP. And
No better time than right now because, next week, after this episode drops, start of the new year. New year, new me.
they have a whole 15% off of all their weight loss stuff. So if you're getting the New Year's resolution, you want to lose some weight, you want a little bit of help. My wife actually just ordered, I think, Testofen or something like that.
Mm-hmm. What does that do?
It's supposed to help with the belly fat and
Directly towards the belly fat, huh?
Yeah, ironically, this is weird. It was actually developed as a peptide, which is proteins. Developed as a peptide specifically for, I guess, one of the medications for AIDS patients gives them like extra body fat, or like retention of body fat on their stomach.
Okay.
And for some reason, this combination of peptide, at least that's what my early reading has indicated, helps target reduction of belly fat specifically. Weird, right?
Yeah.
And my wife, who weighs all of like 120 pounds, like, I need to lose like 10 pounds. I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah, that is.
We need to cut off an arm?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
how does this work for you?
Right.
In any event, she's trying that. I'm trying that. And I'm also going to have, I'm going to take some Mott C. boost that metabolism a little bit. You know what I mean?
Got you. Okay. Or you just put on some muscle.
Yeah, I think I'm past that. Yeah, I think
I'm on the site right now. They offer gift cards as well. So if you don't need it, but you know someone that does need it.
Or someone that is into their health journey. Yeah.
That must be a really weird anomaly in your search
Christmas
history.
just passed, but it's okay. If you're late to the game, they'll appreciate you.
Okay, we pimped that hard enough. I think we should. We kind of slapped that one around a little bit too long.
Keep slapping it.
I'm feeling kind of slutty. I'm gonna be honest.
That's okay.
Yeah. Mortgage rates could soon drop to 6.5%. The bond rally helps.
Yeah, man. We'll talk about that. You see where the 10-year ended today?
Sub 4%, yeah. And I got to tell you, we did call early, way before this whole market rally bullshit, that 6.5 to 6.4% we thought where the market was going to bottom out.
Yeah.
I don't like to be the guy that says we're always right.
Dude, so this is something that I've been really concerned about.
What, being always right?
Yes, because I don't.
It's very difficult.
I don't feel like we've done a proper way of hashtagging our predictions so that we can keep track of them. If people say, because we're coming out and be like, "We told you so," and what if somebody comes back to us and prove it?
Plausible deniability. You go find it.
Good luck.
Episode I don't fucking recall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're being honest.
Yeah.
We did call
that.
Yeah, we
That
did.
was true.
Yep.
I wouldn't make that up. I would not lie for clout that much. How the housing market slowdown is rippling through the economy in 5 charts. That's right. We're going charting, kids.
Oh, let's go.
It's a chart party.
From the Wall Street Journal, right?
From the Wall Street Journal, yeah. Then Nike sinks 10% after it slashes its sales outlook, unveils $2 billion in cost cuts. And Saied read this. I actually saw the headline come across, and then Saied actually read it because I don't read anymore. And he thought there were some interesting things that we could break down, especially because I'm on earnings calls, and you know, and we were in the space, so we thought, okay, let's translate.
Yeah, exactly. We'll go through the article and explain what some of the financial jargon means.
Financial jargon.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll explain all the bullshit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Is the U.S. in a silent depression? Economists weigh in on a viral TikTok theory. Well, if it came from TikTok, it's got to be real.
I mean, this thing is spreading like wildfire right now.
You know what? I think we are in a depression. I think we've been in depression.
Yeah. But the data that they've been using in these TikToks is, let's just say it's not accurate.
The data they're using in TikToks.
Yeah.
Do we need to say more?
But that's the problem. People are relying on this shit, man. That's the sad part.
I don't understand dude. So I was talking to the boys before the show started. This is just me and you, the listener. They're not here right now. And I have a quarrel.
With?
I like Patrick Bet David. I do.
PBD.
Yeah, peanut butter and dill. I like him.
Right.
But I don't get it.
You don't understand the hype?
He sold his company for a lot of money. I respect that.
Hundreds of millions, apparently.
I think it was over 200 million, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's articulate. He's smart. Has he...
Presents himself very well.
Yeah, but he's 45. I'm 43, dude.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is...
He's got good, strong family values.
And a very aggressive set of eyebrows.
So do you.
Conviction, bro.
You got those eyebrows.
I know, I do, but mine don't look angry all the time. Okay, maybe they do. I once had somebody say, like, why does this guy's eyebrows look like they belong on Jack Nicholson?
Yeah.
You can't handle the truth. Yeah, that guy.
We gotta talk about how often you practice these impressions, man.
When I was younger, a lot. Yeah, now that I'm older, I just kind of sing the Temptations in the shower most of the time.
Temptations.
Yeah.
All right.
I got sunshine. Yeah, the whole one, you know.
That's your thing?
Yeah.
All right.
That's my go-to happy jam in the morning.
I got sunshine.
Yeah, if I'm going with DMX, it's going to be a bad day.
That's a great.
Those are usually board meetings. We'll talk a little bit about NASDAQ drops Zoom in sign that pandemic era darling trade is over.
Yeah, that's basically Zoom got dropped off the NASDAQ 100 index.
Yeah. Oh.
Would you look at that? Yeah.
Then we'll talk about Fed's Goolsby, some Americans owning stock, and a little bit of buy now, pay later, because we love talking about that. But you know what? We're going to cap this show off with 2 fucking spectacular reviews.
Yeah, man.
Because that's what happens when you leave a review. They're fucking spectacular.
100%.
If they're 5 stars and honest.
If they're honest, right? Where can you go? whether that's on Apple or on Spotify. Make sure you leave us that honest 5-star review.
This is such a slutty start.
It means a lot to the show. It does. It makes us all very, very happy. Even though I shared it, and Haroon didn't even comment.
I know he's been fucking big dicking us.
Honestly, I was like, damn. Okay, don't respond to Chris is one thing. Don't respond to my reels is another thing. Don't respond about reviews. I was a little salty.
Bro, he has been big dicking us hard in the group chat. He responded today about some shit from last night. It was so old, I had to figure out what the fuck he was talking about.
I went to sleep early last night. I'm sorry.
Get the fuck. You got 2 kids under the age of 2.
I went to sleep early last night.
That's not a thing, bro. And how many? You woke up how many times in the middle of the night?
Once.
Okay, what time was that?
I don't know, 2 or 3.
Okay, you looked at your fucking phone at 2 or 3. Okay.
You're not worth responding to, Christopher.
Let me tell you how this works. Okay, it's addictive. All right. It's called a death scroll. It's infinite scroll. You scroll to the bottom, you get more content. Okay, you don't have to click a button because that user interface, to click the button interface will stop you from going to the next page. So you're going on a doom scroll. And I know, for me, it's kittens. For you, it's probably food. I don't know. But whatever it is keeping you from responding to me.
You know what it is, right?
What?
I think I cracked the code.
Tell.
We're on the do not disturb list.
Oh, he silenced it? He silenced the
That's
group
what he
thread.
did, right? Because that's the only reason why it explains it, right?
If you silent a group thread and you just don't respond, like, have the fucking balls to pull out.
Huh, you're not silent.
You just check right now.
Yeah.
He's like, you're not silent. He's like, wait.
He's like, I'm just ignoring your shit, that's all.
Even worse.
Is there an audible do not check, like, text message sound? Like, I want to do, like, one of those AI voices that goes, do not check. Do not check. And I want that to be our group message, like, sound.
Yeah, but go ahead over Apple or Spotify. Leave us an honest 5-star review. And if you're on YouTube watching us, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and make sure you do all the moist, goody good stuff. Now, you know my wife also does not like that I do this.
I don't like it either.
She's like, it's very cringe. Please stop.
It's very cringe.
I do it because of you, though.
It's cringe. It hurts.
Yeah, I know.
Every episode, I'm like, should I cut this shit out? Will he notice?
Yes.
Because I'm editing it. Like, sometimes I'm like, just like, fuck.
Just cut it out.
Moist.
It's
just a terrible thing. And the goody good thing. Just
goody good.
I got to be honest. It doesn't.
It does it for me.
My nipples do not get hard.
Really?
No.
Well, if your nipples get hard, let us know in the comment section.
It's been such a slutty start. Okay, you got to take the whore off. Okay, you got to turn that switch off.
Okay, bring it back. Yeah, dial it back.
We pimped out everything we possibly can. All right, before we get into the article, first one from it's not Barron's. Is it Barron's? It might be Barron's. PCE came in below expectations at 2%. I didn't put an article in there because I was busy today. I did put several eggplant emojis and a devil icon.
Is this the headline figure?
I believe PCE headline came in at 2%.
Wow.
That is right in line with target number expectations.
But we do know that they like to look at the core inflation for PCE, which is probably...
It's going to be north of that, yeah.
It's going to be north of that for sure, right? Because that's when it removes food and energy. So I actually didn't see that article come through, so I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I had a couple calls with a couple economists today, and that was brought up twice. So I know that had happened. Although oddly not reported on. I think the economy is in such like a holiday, like happy tailspin right now.
Yeah, how are they not reporting on this? This is crazy.
Because I think the whole like drama of inflation has kind of worn down. I don't think people. It's kind of like the Russia-Ukraine war. It's still happening. It's still a fucking problem.
You think
people start reporting on it?
People are hearing about. Oh, here you go. I'm pulling it up here. The Fed's key inflation rate just hit 2%. S&P 500 rallies as rate cut odds grow.
Bro, it's up to like 70% for March now.
For March, yeah. So, as far as the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, they've priced in 6 rate cuts.
I know, which
next
hurts
year.
me. It hurts.
The Fed has come out and said only expect 3. So this is more.
Here's the problem with a lot of these people. A lot of people, and a lot of the people who make these predictions, they don't believe the Fed. They don't believe them.
They haven't this whole time, right?
Yeah, they think he's full of shit.
Yeah,
he's full of shit.
Remember, if you remember correctly, they had priced in 2 or 3 rate cuts this year, 2023, and those kept getting pushed out. So it's not like just because they priced it in doesn't mean they're going to be right.
Was that a TLC reference? Or Salt and Pepper?
No, it wasn't. But it's the only chosen one.
Okay, just checking.
Sometimes it happens organically.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
Sometimes you got to creep.
was forced. That was forced.
Mortgage rates could be headed to 6.5% soon, based on the bond market rally ignited by dovish comments last week by the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell. Now, this article is a bit older. It came out on December 19th. As we record this, it is December 21st. And I want to tell you how much this shit can change in a day. But before I get there, I'm going to finish out with some details, okay? The most recent survey from Freddie Mac showed, on average, 30-year fixed mortgage rate of 6.95% in the week ending December 14th. But these rates tend to lag changes in the bond market where mortgage rates effectively are set. And the bond market has been volatile, kids. Yields on 10-year treasuries and 30-year mortgage securities issued by Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae are critical to mortgage rates, since the bulk of the 30-year fixed rate loans originated in the United States end up packaged into mortgage-backed securities. That is a very, very big disconnect for a lot of realtors. So if you ever want to unpack something that explains why the Fed rate cuts are not as impactful to the bond market as realtors or real estate professionals, some of them might think, that's a great paragraph to memorize and recite.
Right. And actually, rates since then, I think you have it here in the next paragraph. I do. Cut you off. Go ahead.
You were cutting me off.
Yeah, sorry.
Steal that thunder. That's
fine.
fine.
No, I was stealing it.
You want to take the thunder from down under? Go ahead.
No, you got it. It's all you.
Right. These securities are sold mainly to banks, issuers, insurers, pension funds, and other institutional investors. Mortgage News Daily showed an average rate of 6.64% Tuesday for 30-year fixed-rate mortgages. Harley Bassman, managing partner at Simplify Asset Management and a mortgage securities expert, says 30-year mortgage rates could settle in about 6.5%. Assuming the 10-year Treasury rate holds near 4%, it now yields 3.9%. A year ago, Treasury, the 10-year, yields were around current levels, and 30-year mortgage rates were about 6.4%, according to Freddie Mac. And I would like to point out that is exactly why we said 6.4 to 6.5% several weeks ago on the show, was we knew where the 10-year was about a year ago and what that meant for mortgage rates. Now, do I think this is the lowest we're going to see it? Yes. Do I think it's going to go up higher from here? Absolutely. We're in a yield curve inversion, kids. The short end of the curve is more expensive than the long end of the curve, which is just below 4%, as Saied said earlier in the show. So expect more volatility. It's not going to be gumdrops and lollipops. It's not going to be big rainbows and values going up. The mortgage market is very fucking weird right now.
I am concerned about values and sales prices and where this actually ends up, right? Because some of the data came out earlier this week on existing home sales, right? And those were up. That was up actually 4% from a year ago today, marking the 5th straight month of year-over-year price increases.
And mind you, this is typically the slowest quarter of the year,
which is a little scary, right? So something to keep in mind. Today, the 10-year Treasury note, this is the most, sought-after Treasury note, right? And that came in and closed the day at roughly around 3.9%.
Yeah, 3.9 and some change.
Yeah, 3.9 and some change. If you ever kind of want to know where mortgage rates are going to go, you want to look at the 10-year. They're tied.
I track the 10-year throughout the day. I watch CNBC constantly throughout the day. It's on a TV in my office.
Yeah.
And every single time that thing comes up, I'm watching whether it's ticking up or down.
Right, because that'll give you a good insight into what's going to happen with mortgage rates. You can always add an additional 2 to 3% on top of that, right? Somewhere within that range, that's where mortgage rates ultimately lie.
I mean, it's a rough projections for sure. But what I like to think about when I look at this volatility up and down in the 10-year, I like to think, okay, what's the market thinking? Because the 10-year is probably your best indicator of what the market's thinking. Now, don't expect mortgage rates to drop necessarily with the 10-year. At some point in time, that 10-year is going to have to rise no matter what we're doing in the economy just to get out of this inversion. That's going to push mortgage rates up. But more importantly, what I think it's signaling is we're still very confident in the near term, but we're very not confident in the long term.
Yes, exactly.
And because of that, you've got to be very, very careful about how you invest. Are you investing for the long term right now? Or are you investing for the short term?
Right. And I'm actually getting a lot of questions on this. Even some family members who have reached out to me and have asked, like, people are starting to believe, okay, wait, rates have come down now to 6.5%. Okay, they've heard us say that values are projected to come down an additional 10 to 15%, some type of correction, right? But ultimately, will it continue to go up from there, and how soon thereafter will it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of people are questioning is, wait, should we just jump back in now and buy? And people are starting to believe that rhetoric of that's what's going to happen.
I don't think they should. I mean, so here, great. Take this with a grain of salt. It's always a good time to buy if you need it and you can afford it. Over the period of decades, home ownership will generally provide you equity.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would say I think we're walking into or already in a very challenging time for what comes next in asset valuations, the stock market, home values. And a great example of that is just this past week. Past week had a huge lift in the stock market. And literally in 4 hours in one day, I think it was yesterday, that entire valuation, $600 billion, evaporated in 4 hours.
Wow.
It took away every bit of gain that we had the entire week in 4 hours. That's how volatile things are right now. So we haven't seen the volatility in the housing market yet. It's been, we're going to keep values high. And of course, everybody in the real estate space will cite supply and demand. But I don't think that's going to hold true.
Right.
And I think the early warning sign, the canary in the coal mine, has been Austin and San Jose, areas where we've seen valuation declines with no new inventory coming online just because it's so goddamn expensive.
Yes, exactly. Now, but the problem with that, though, is I think we talked about a 4% year-over-year rise in existing home sales, right? Now, if it's up somewhere, that means, and it's down where we're citing, but it's up somewhere else, I mean, they're averaging out and it's still up somewhere else. How does this impact people who are priced out of the market right now and they can't afford it, right? This is how it impacts you. It impacts the rent that you're going to pay, right? So if people are buying homes, right, what will it cost them to ultimately rent out that place? It's ultimately what impacts inflation, right? Keep in mind, if you're in the state of California, sure, there's rent control now across the state of California for multifamily, for apartment units, but there isn't rent control on single-family rent, right? So if you're looking to rent a home, you're looking to rent a condo. I have a lot of, family friends that, are friends with my kids that go to the same school as my kids, and they moved to our area and they're renting there because of the school district.
Yeah.
So if you're priced out of the market and let's say you're starting a family and you want to get your kid into the right school district, this data is important to you because it ultimately will impact how much rent you're going to pay in those given areas.
I know a lot of people who are renting now, just moving to rent, and they're going to wait.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably a good bet given where rents are. If you're concerned about cash flow as your primary function, not your net worth, then renting is a smart move for right now.
Yeah.
It's just cheaper than buying. The next article kind of sums a lot of this up in kind of the, I would say, the bipolarness of the market, if you will, Wall Street Journal.
Okay.
How the housing market slowdown is rippling through the economy in 5 charts. So higher interest rates from the Federal Reserve caused the housing market to seize up this year, and that is now having spillover effects for hardware stores, furniture sellers, and construction firms. Sales of existing homes fell to a 13-year low in October. Economists surveyed by the Wall Street Journal estimate that a report Wednesday from the National Association of Realtors will show sales fell again. God damn it. I can't.
Should I make this bigger?
I got it for you. Wednesday from the National Association of Realtors will show sales fell again in November.
The grammar's fucked up, okay? That's not my fault.
In a positive sign, home construction activity rose last month after mostly trending lower since early 2022, according to the Commerce Department. Here's how the recent sluggish housing market has taken a toll.
Okay, Harriet Torrey, your writing sucks balls.
On workers and businesses that rely on related spending.
It was an illogical sentence, okay?
Yeah.
The National Association, we're going to estimate that they're going to do this in a future thing. What the fuck?
Bro, you've been drinking too much. Come on.
Yeah, probably true. Yeah. Well, there's 5 charts here. Let's get into it. They're all nasty. First one, chart number 1, retail sales at furniture and home improvement stores change from 1 year earlier.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, if you're going below 0, generally not a good idea. I don't care. You don't have to be a chart expert.
But look, it's showing at the tail end of this. It's starting to pick back up again.
It is starting to pick back up again.
Right.
And that's all well and good. But then go to the next chart. Employment in select industries changed from a year earlier. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Starting to pick back up, but kind of level out. -5 is kind of your number here.
Yeah.
Furniture and home furnishings retailers, building materials, garden equipment and supplies dealers, and electronics and appliance retailers.
This is the thing, right? When the Fed raises their Fed funds rate, and it immediately impacts these interest rate sensitive industries like, finance companies and lenders and banks and right? There's rippling effects, and these are the other industries that it impacts, right?
Yeah.
So,
but all these things will affect other industries.
Yes.
We called it probably in the first quarter of this year that it was going to be a rolling earnings recession.
Yeah.
And that is, in fact, what we are seeing.
And what was that exactly again?
A rolling earnings recession is basically you're going to have a recessionary economy, but not in every sector at the same time, which is probably more common than not. Instead, one sector will roll and impact another sector, and that sector will roll and impact another sector. It started off with the finance industry, certainly hit the mortgage lenders and brokers first, rolled into the banking sector, and now we're seeing other sectors like retail impacted by the pullback in consumer discretionary spending. You're seeing it certainly as it relates to homes and furniture suppliers, electronics and appliance retailers. I mean, it's a big rolling change and problem, and I do think we will see some impact this holiday as well.
Especially because in the real estate sector, right, that in and of itself is a lagging indicator.
Big time.
Right?
At least 6 months.
Yeah. And by that, you mean the impacts of the Fed raising their interest rates. There's a huge, long lag effect that takes place beforehand. So once that hits, then it takes time for the other lag effects to hit.
Moving on, employment in select industries changed from a year earlier. Services to buildings and dwellings and real estate. Haroon, if you could scroll down one more chart there. Or are you having it on the left? Oh, that's cute. He's double charting me.
No, I didn't like the ones on the right. It's not going to come out good in the video.
Oh, okay. See? He knows. He already.
There you go. I mean,
this is the new Doug that we've been looking for.
I'm not going to say you're Jamie yet, but you're getting there.
New Doug.
New Doug. Old Jamie.
Hello, New Doug.
Have you heard the story about how Joe Rogan and Jamie met?
I have not.
Jamie lived in Ohio and just pinged him. Was like, "Yeah, I'd like to help you out. I could make some changes for you.
I can make this better."
Yeah, and he flew him out. They had a conversation, and he's like, "I'm gonna hire that dude."
Yeah,
and he hired him.
And he just stayed in California.
He's in and went to Austin.
Yeah. Apparently, he's a huge golfer.
Who is?
Jamie.
Really?
Yeah.
Would not have called that.
And basketball player. Apparently, he's got a wicked jump shot.
I wouldn't know what that is anymore.
You've never had one. You wouldn't anymore?
Oh.
You were not a jump shot guy, Chris. You were purely athleticism. That was it.
That's not true.
That is all.
That's not true.
Come on.
I had a great 3-point shot.
Great?
How dare you?
Stop it.
How dare you, sir? Just because you led the under 6'1" and under league.
Listen.
In scoring.
Why is he laughing?
Year.
I don't appreciate that he's laughing from outside.
Because even he's taller than you.
Even he?
I'm just saying, if we lined up from tallest to shortest, you would be on the shortest one.
God damn, man. Why?
It's just what it is.
Yeah.
I don't make the rules, bro.
Would you give up your height for a full set of hair?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
You would trade places with me for a full set of hair?
Yeah.
Holy shit. I would not. I would take the height.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Bro, this fallacy of height being like valuable is, first of all, you can fucking buy pants at normal stores.
No, every pair of pants I buy have to be hemmed. Every single one. I can never buy off the rack.
Listen, fucker, you can hem pants that have extra material up. You can't fucking add material to pants that are too short.
Get your shit custom, dog.
That's what I have to do. It's fucking the worst. I walk into a Nike store, I'm like, you have us in tall? They're like, yeah, we don't sell that shit
in the store.
We don't sell freak sizes in the store. We sell that online, and it's only select pieces. So the shit that you want is probably not going to be an extra long fucking freak ass size.
Maybe if they did, they wouldn't have experienced a 10% cut today.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Okay.
I know. Pace yourself. I know. Pace yourself. Yeah. Saied, gonna give it to you. But, yeah, man, being tall is not what it's all cracked up to be. Try getting it. You know how many times I drive a car and fucking whack myself in the knee when I turn the wheel?
Come on, man.
It's a problem, dude.
That's not a thing.
You ever try getting into a
Lambo?
Lambo?
So why are you building a Datsun?
You ever try getting into a Lambo?
Wait, why are you building a Datsun?
Okay, so the Datsun seat has been removed, and I had custom frames built very far back. You can see my head in the back windows of this 4-door vehicle.
Oh, no one's sitting
while
behind
I drive.
you.
No, you can't. No, I removed the back seat, and it's all like
So
Yep.
you just eliminated the possibility of having a second child.
No,
Yes, you did.
not at all. No.
Where can they sit?
Okay, the BMW has.
No, but no, we're talking about the Datsun though.
Okay.
It's very selfish of you.
No, the Datsun has a passenger seat, but I would not advise driving in it.
Why?
That would be ill-advised, huh?
Why is that?
That's a race car, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna take it on the track?
It's fucking track ready.
No, but are you gonna take it on the track?
That was the plan back in the day, but I mean, it's got a full fuel cell in the back. I mean, it's got a whole 5-point harness. It's got the roll cage.
Where's there a track bias that you can take it to?
Thermal.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that means, but I'll accept it.
It's it's a place where you have like a private condo on the track. It's pretty dope.
What?
Where is it?
In Thermal. Okay.
I've never.
Obviously.
I didn't pull this up.
It's look up the Thermal Race Club.
Race club. Yeah. And tell me the price of the membership.
The Thermal Club.
The Thermal Club. Where is this at?
Yeah, it's
in Riverside County. Gang, gang.
You got family out there now.
Let's go.
So if you look at the track here, check this out. This is an actual racetrack, but you can actually buy condos on the track. The condos are millions of dollars. There's nothing else out there.
But that'd be loud and annoying, wouldn't it?
Well, no, you can't live there. It's just like you basically have like a man cave and like your car's there.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
That is pretty dope.
Now, some people do like spend the night there, like, hush hush under the table, but
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't I would.
But you go out there and it's basically like a private club. It's like a whole like gated community thing with a racetrack on it. And people have like fucking high-end exotics out there. They just fucking do laps on the track. Look at that shit.
Wow. Have you ever driven on a racetrack before?
I've driven on this racetrack.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What'd you drive?
Datsun.
Your Datsun?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's cool, man. You got to take me out there. I want to see this.
It's pretty badass.
We
We
got to do a vlog series.
took it there after the dyno. They had a whole vintage car thing. Check this out. Yeah,
Maybe I'll bring some Meta glasses and record the whole thing.
It's still a sensitive topic, dude. I can't believe you had the opportunity to give me a pair of those and at a discount. And then you text me saying, "Hey, I'm gonna get you a pair of these at a discount."
I said I was going to get us both a pair. So it's not
No,
like
you didn't say it's both. I'm gonna sacrifice me for you.
I didn't walk away with one.
You didn't say both.
Don't
You
do
said
this.
you were gonna sacrifice
Well, I was
yourself for me.
going to get one too. Obviously, so we can do behind the scenes action.
And then you fucked me on it.
No, that's not true, man.
Do I have glasses?
Do I have glasses?
You don't wear glasses.
But I would though.
No, you wouldn't.
They're pretty dope.
They have a new AI feature now
Yeah, you told me. Yeah.
where you can ask what they're looking at. Like MKBD, whatever his name is.
They're not. It's not like augmented reality though, right?
No. So he's looking at a plant and he goes, how do I save this plant from dying? And it tells him what kind of plant it is.
What?
And it tells him how to like take care of it better because it can visually tell. If you're getting a text message from somebody recently in Siri's on your phone, if you have like AirPods in, it'll actually tell you what the image is that they sent you. Because the same way you're using AI and ChatGPT to create images,
Yeah.
with Dolly,
Yep.
which is text to image, they can do image to text, and it's actually easier for that. So it's wild, man. We're walking into a world of AI now where I'm just fucking useless as a person. People are like, "Hey, Chris, can you give me your opinion on this?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's the question?" ChatGPT. Okay, and then I just type it in,
100%.
and it's dude. And you get this super articulate answer. It sounds a little robot-y, and then you just fucking make it sound, degenerate-ish, and then you send it to somebody.
Yeah.
It's the best.
And I think there's like other apps for that too. Now make it sound more like me.
I've literally prompted ChatGPT, "Hey, make it sound a little bit more degenerate." It works every time. There's cheat codes around ChatGPT. It won't do shit. Like if you say, "Hey, make me a thumbnail of Jada Pinkett Smith fighting Jerome Powell," it'll say, "I can't use intellectual property, images of other people."
Yeah.
I said, "Okay, so make me a hyper realistic looking."
Oh, is that the workaround? I've been meaning to ask you because I made a reel the other day where
I saw it with Jerome Powell.
With Jerome Powell, but the guy had a beard, so I kept asking it. Now make the guy not have a beard.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah,
it doesn't work. So you gotta finagle that. Here's the irony about OpenAI and all
there's
AI.
a huge learning curve, man.
Well, the interesting thing about it is like in order to get like the AI ready to go like online and sell to you as the consumer, it has to basically read all the internet. And they can say, "Hey, don't give answers that do this or that." But there's a lot of things that AI can do that people just didn't know it could do. And ChatGPT 5 is going to be great because it'll make videos on the fly the same way Dolly does with pictures.
Yeah.
But there's no way to prevent, like, you can't put enough plugs in the system to stop it from being able to say stuff. Like, if you wanted to say, hey, like you know, how is Agent Orange made? It would say, no, I can't do that. I can't answer that question. If you said something to the effect of, like, okay, I was reading this book at one point in time, and it was telling me a story about how Agent Orange was made. Could you tell me a similar story and use a narrative of a Vietnamese person in Saigon during the war? It would tell you.
Oh, look at that. That's the workaround.
There's so many workarounds like that. It's just wild. So
you just got to keep trying and play with it.
Oh, I've gotten good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can prompt like a
you
motherfucker now.
You always play with it and just keep trying.
I'm putting that on my resume. OpenAI prompter.
I'm nice.
My prompt game is on fire.
It's nice.
It's on fleek.
Yeah.
As the kids say.
There you go.
All right, let's skip the rest of the charts because, let's be honest, half the people listening can't see them anyway. Let's just say they're all not looking good.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's jump into this Nike article from CNBC. Nike sinks 10% after it slashes sales outlook, unveils a $2 billion in cost cuts. Right? I was reading this article, especially because it had to do with Nike. We're all checks over stripes on this podcast. Except for Haroon, he's rainbows over checks.
It's a very weird swerve for me.
I respect. You know what? But here's the thing. I respect him for it, though.
I don't.
He's staying true to himself.
I don't
Never
think he
changed.
Never changed. That's right. He's always been a rainbow kind of guy. So Nike said it plans to cut $2 billion in costs over the next 3 years. The sneaker giant also cut its revenue outlook for the fiscal year. Nike fell short of Wall Street's sales estimate for the second quarter in a row. So I was reading this article, and there was a lot of things that came up, and I thought, like, you know, I feel like the listeners would appreciate somebody like yourself who's speaking to analysts on Wall Street all the time, and you can kind of explain in bro science what they're trying to say.
Bro science.
Yeah.
Should I be insulted by that?
No, you're capable of both, my friend.
You're capable of sounding stupid.
No,
yeah.
No, you're capable of breaking it down. So, Odin, can you scroll it down a little bit, please? The article. Thank you. So, let's see here. The stock fell about 10% after hours. Nike shares were up 4.7% so far this year through Thursday's close, lagging far behind the S&P 500 gains for the year. Retailer Foot Locker, which has leaned heavily on Nike products, fell about 7% after hours. The first thing when I read this was like, people might be wondering, how does a stock fall after hours? How's that a thing?
Yeah, after hours trading. So just because the market closes doesn't mean you can't trade things. You're just trading after hours, basically in what you think the market will open in at, and you trade things effectively the same way. I mean, there's not a whole lot of difference there. And it gives you a sentiment of what you might expect the next day. So if it's trading down after hours.
So people can actually trade stocks after the market closes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can. And I'm watering down a little bit of the nuance, but effectively, if you log into Yahoo, it'll show you after hours trading activity.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's trending down, you can pretty much expect that it's likely to open down. Now, there's some risks in that. It's kind of like gambling because something comes out news-wise between when the market closes the next day, then, you know, it could trade up, or there's some other, you know, tertiary economic data which maybe changes the trajectory of the stock. Basically, what Nike has said here is that, look, we're not hitting our sales targets, and the analysts on Wall Street have made projections of where they think they're going to be, and they're saying we're going to fall short of that.
Right.
We're not going to make as much money as you think we are. And despite what most people think, a publicly traded company is very difficult because the market, the secondary market, Wall Street, people who buy and sell your stock, expect you to do incrementally better every quarter and every year.
Yeah, they don't really care what's going on, right, with everything else.
Run your business, adapt. Okay? If you're selling less product, raise the prices on the product that you're selling. If you can't do that, cut expenses. We don't care. Keep the profits up. And keep in mind, a lot of these companies will also pay dividends, which come from the profits that they're taking in.
Right.
So in order for them to declare a dividend and pay it,
right,
they got to have profits, and they got to have profits above their operating expenses and above what they're going to need for retained earnings.
Right.
Earnings are going to keep the company for the war chest, if you will. So, yeah, Nike's saying basically we're selling less than you thought we were, less than the guidance that we've given, and we're going to tell you, hey, expect changes.
Right.
And because of that, secondary, tertiary impacts from that are being felt in the market. You know, Foot Locker being a great example. Foot Locker sells a lot of Nike shoes. Their stock traded down.
Right, and they're also considered an industry leader.
Yeah.
Right. So if Nike's hurting, then you got to start raising your eyebrow to other companies and say,
Oh, yeah.
wait a minute, what the hell's going to go on with all these other companies?
Anybody who's publicly traded that has a shoe reseller outlook is probably going to be trading down at the same time because people are going, okay, shit.
Yeah.
If Nike's saying, hey, we're not going to get all of our orders out there, you got to start thinking about everybody else going, okay, they're not going to sell as many either.
Right. All right. So to piggyback on that conversation you just had about guidance, right? They have the finance chief over there, Matthew Friend. What a name.
Yeah, he's balling is what he's doing.
Honestly, this guy was destined for greatness. Friend? Hello, I'm Mr. Friend. Nice to meet you. What the hell? Why wasn't I
Tell me your real name, friend.
Come on, guy.
Wow. Guy, friend, really?
I mean,
You doing that now?
okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Finance chief Matthew Friend said on a call with analysts, last quarter, as I provided guidance, I highlighted a number of risks in our operating environment.
I said there were problems looming, okay?
I told y'all this was going to happen.
And I told you these bitches were weak.
Including the effects of a stronger U.S. dollar on foreign currency translation, consumer demand over the holiday season, and our second half wholesale order books. Looking forward, the impact of these risks is becoming clearer.
So we told you there's the possibility that there were going to be some impacts to our business on the horizon. We had hoped that that wasn't going to happen, but it appears very clearly to me now that it is going to happen.
Yeah.
So what I'm telling you is we're not going to sell as much shit as you thought we were.
Right. So part of something that I don't think that a lot of people also understand is these analysts on Wall Street, when they give their projections of companies and what they're going to do based on the guidance that the company gives, right? They can, not only can they do a lot. They change their projections constantly.
Constantly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Because
they'll revise them up, revise them down. If something happens, if they're a bank and the Fed, opinions change, that's going to change the analyst's perspective. If they think rate cuts are going to happen, then that means some banks are going to be more profitable in the near term versus the long term.
A lot of people trust their judgment, right?
They trust their judgment. The analyst, and there's usually a couple analysts who cover, big companies like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they spend all their time in these companies getting to know every single part that they can of the way the company works.
Yes.
For mid caps, it's generally one person will cover several companies, and for like small caps, it's one person will cover a lot of companies,
right?
Because it's just less technical and less big in size and less cost centers and all the fun business aspects that come along being larger. But what I will say is, if you take the stock market to its core, it's basically just a discounted cash flow analysis. If you think companies are going to make more money, the stock price goes up. If you think companies are going to make less money, stock price goes down.
Yeah.
And if you think the company has potential to make money in the future, like Tesla, stock price goes up. You think it has no potential or maybe slowing potential, the stock price goes down.
Right.
That's all the stock market is when you boil it down. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
The red, the green, all the data, the bullshit in between, it's all just saying they're going to make more money or less money. That's all it is.
Right.
And what he's saying here is we're going to make less money because these environmental factors are going to be a problem for us.
Right. And why it's kind of important to read. I mean, these analysts are often wrong, okay, in their projections, their initial projections.
Yeah.
And that's why they're constantly changing them, right? A big reason why I got into reading some analysts early on is the first investing book that I ever read was Rule Number 1, right, by Phil Town. And one of the first things that he said to do was, if you're just dabbling into the market, I mean, we say now long-term index funds, ETFs, right? Mm-hmm. But if you wanted to go into a company, try to get into a company that you think you understand its operations, right? And when I sat there and I thought, I'm like, man, I don't really understand any operations, really. I mean, I like Nike, right? But I don't know how they operate. So I got into reading a lot of these analysts because they break down what, in fact, they actually do.
Yeah. It's interesting when you start getting into some of these companies that you might be fascinated with. There's so much more political influence, geopolitical influence, and global economics.
Mm-hmm.
And foreign trade that really impacts these businesses. When they get to a certain Apple, right? Google. These are international companies dealing with international problems. A great example is Apple's now pulling off their Apple Watches of the market because you and I have rare timepieces now.
Let's go, man.
Fuck all y'all Rolex collectors.
I know y'all try to talk shit.
These things are out here gonna be valuable soon. Just wait.
What I'm saying.
Yeah, and they tell me my heart rate.
Honestly though, they kind of deserve it. Piece of shit trying to release that Ultra 2 so soon on us.
That was kind of a dick move.
That was a huge dick move by Tim Cook.
Yeah, Tim Cook's like, fuck you guys.
Better than this, Tim.
Timmy.
Come on, Timmy.
Make this thing valuable. Don't water that shit down.
I know.
Got to make karma come kick you right in the dick.
Right. Deserved every bit of that.
Stevie wouldn't have done that.
He would not have done that.
Would have not have made you wonder.
You'd have been like too soon. Wow. Double entendre. Well done,
I'm
sir.
out here, bro.
Good job.
Twisting tongues. Haroon's got no laughing in tonight. You okay back there?
No,
You alive?
Yeah, I'm good.
Fuck you.
Yeah, honestly,
Why?
energy
What was
levels are
that?
low. Did you finish your drink?
Yeah.
Got one sip left. It's watered down now.
Get your chubby ass in here. Get another drink. What do you want?
Well, you didn't get another drink.
I'll get another drink
still
too.
Babysitting
He
his.
is still babysitting. Come on in here. Get a drink. What do you want? You want some reposado?
Come on, man. This is day after Christmas. We could do this.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Honestly,
get in here.
honestly, I didn't get enough love.
Get on camera. Come on.
For this
come on.
sweatshirt. I didn't get enough. Come on, man. I did this.
The sweatshirt is very holiday.
I did that
the
for
Jordan
you.
holidays. Like, did you really actually have this? It was like
No, I bought it.
no shit. You bought it.
No, for this
Thank you
holiday
for
season.
You bought it for this holiday
for
season?
this episode.
No, you did not.
I did not. That's a lie.
Yeah,
Why'd I
you
lie?
not.
I don't know why I did that.
You just did that for no reason?
I don't know why I did that. Oh, what do you want, bro?
I don't know what he's doing over there.
Get him
Let's go.
the Woodford.
Basil Hayden.
Professor gave that to us.
Oh, did he? Okay. Yeah. Shout out to the professor. It's been a long time we talked to him.
Yeah.
Haroon, are you coming in here via fucking like USPS or what? Like what the fuck?
He's hobbling over.
Yeah,
Okay?
Jesus.
He doesn't want to be on camera. Look at he put his flannel on.
You don't want to come here with your titties out like you were out there?
I got you.
Yeah,
you.
fun fact for those of you listening, Haroon actually records the show with no shirt on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well done.
Just leave it there. I'm going to pour some in a minute too anyway.
All right. So that was good. I'm sure the listeners appreciate
Jesus,
that.
maybe he'll actually have some fucking like optimism now. Fuck.
Yeah. All right. So let's dive in. So what Finance Chief Matthew Friend said. Did I read that portion already? I did. So as part of its plan to cut costs, Nike said it's looking to simplify its product assortment, increase automation and its use of technology, streamline the overall organization by reducing management layers, and leverage its scale to quote unquote drive greater efficiency. It plans to reinvest the savings it gets from those initiatives into fueling future growth, accelerating innovation, and drive long-term profitability. What the fuck, dude? Why can't you just talk to a normal person? Like, why is he talking like this?
Because he has to say it that way. Because if he said what he really was saying in plain English,
tell me what is he really saying?
people are going to be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, cause for concern.
Yeah. All right. So we're making less money, kids. All right. Look, that's a bitch. So we got a couple options. We can charge more for our shit, but people aren't buying it at the current prices. So we're going to have to cut costs somewhere. And that means you. We're gonna have some reductions in force. And
so why is he attacking reducing management layers?
Yeah. Little fun thing. Carl Icahn.
Oh, okay. Gangster,
activist, investor.
Mm-hmm.
Some people hate him. Some people love him. Say what you will. He was notorious for going into large companies like Pan Am when he had this activist takeover, and he would say, hey, middle management, what the fuck is it that you do?
Right.
Oh, I'm the guy who takes the thing to the person for the thing for the person.
I make sure that they do the things that they say they're going to do.
Yeah, and he's like, why do I need you? If the other person can do the thing and you're just taking it to them, why don't I just give the person the thing?
Well, I think we should backtrack a little bit because
I feel like we shouldn't.
No?
No.
I don't feel like people understand why or how an activist shareholder could even do this.
Oh, well, that's a whole different conversation for a different podcast. But effectively speaking, he would come in as a shareholder, however big or small, and he would try to leverage his ownership in the company. Usually bigger ownership gets more leverage to say, hey, you, management, have a fiduciary duty to me. You, board of directors, have a fiduciary duty to me. I don't like the way you're being run.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be put on your board, and I'm going to submit myself on the proxy statement or my representative as a proxy statement.
And he could do this because he owns so much of the company via stock.
There's several different avenues. You can own one share of stock and technically do this.
If you're respected.
You just got a whole shit ton more leverage when you own more.
Yeah.
And the idea is most active investors, that's all folks, most activist investors own more because they want to make more profit when they flip this thing.
Makes sense.
Right? They want to get the stock price up or sell the company, some M&A activity. And almost all of them are trying to get in the M&A activity route because they get a multiple on payout.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's 1.5 times your tangible book value, which is usually more than he paid for it.
Got it.
Or she paid for it, for that matter.
Yeah.
But basically what they're saying here is what we've been talking about for a long time. It's a rolling recession, right? And now it's affecting consumer spending. Nike is largely a consumer spending luxury product.
Yes.
It's not a I need product. It's an I want product, and
Right.
they're hurting. So using AI will allow them to eliminate positions.
So we're starting to see cracks in that.
Middle management will allow them to eliminate these unnecessary positions. Yeah, it'd be nice to have a senior vice president, director of fulfillment,
Yeah.
but I can rely on the guy in the mailroom,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And I think also what he says here at the end with it plans to reinvest the savings it gets from those initiatives into fueling future growth. Like whatever money we save from doing all this stuff, we're gonna do good with it. Like,
Or better yet, we're not just going to take that money and stop growing. We're going to use this, proactively save this money to invest in other growth vehicles. Translated loosely, okay, you have to watch that. That's an interesting thing. We're not going to do this and make a shit ton more money.
got it.
We're going to be more efficient.
Ah.
And efficiency ratios are something that's tracked through all companies, and it really comes down to how tight are we on spending?
Right. And I think one of the ways they track that with a company like this is, checking their inventory levels.
Yes, and efficiency ratios are a byproduct of revenue. So if revenue is high, efficiency is usually better. If revenue is low, efficiency goes to shit.
Yeah.
So if their revenue's coming down, they're saying, hey, we know we got to try to be more efficient.
Got you.
Because he's speaking to the analyst. He's not speaking to you, the investor.
Yeah. All right. So further on in this article, they say, as we look at, I think this is also from our friend, finance chief, Matthew Friend, as we look ahead to a softer second half revenue outlook, we remain focused on strong gross margin execution and disciplined cost management, Friend said in a press release. The plan will cost the company between $400 to $450 million in pre-tax restructuring charges that will largely come to fruition in Nike's current quarter. These costs are mostly related to employee severance costs.
I mean, that says it all right there, kids. We're going to let people off. We're going to give them severance because we're not the devil, but that's a lot of money to save, by the way. That's a lot of cuts.
Well, the plan will cost the company. I mean, doing this and executing this apparently will cost them $400 to $450 million.
Yeah, they're going to lay off a lot of people, dude.
Yeah, so I mean, it's also releasing figures like that lets people know, like, look, it's going to cost us money, so you can't expect a quick turnaround right away, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah, no, look, it is going to be a restructuring effort. It's going to be a slow, painful bleed. And people who did listen to the earnings call, and not a lot of people in companies actually listen to their earnings call, there are some that do. And that some that do will now have told people, shit, we heard this in the earnings call.
Yeah.
And then reporters will start picking this stuff up, and analysts start picking this stuff up, and they'll start saying, shit, we heard this in the earnings call. And then the rumor mill, the gossip mill starts spinning internally. So as the CFO of the company, as the CEO of the company, as the chief operating officer of the company, somebody who's really culture focused should be delivering a message internally in and around the same time that this call happened, so that you don't tip off the market before the call, but you address the rumors that are going to happen after the call, to where you try to settle the nerves and say, hey, look, those of you who will be laid off will be notified. Here's what you can expect. Obviously it's the holidays, blah, 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 and then whatever your pitch is afterward.
So why does... Oh, go ahead, Odin. Sorry.
Sorry, question for you, Chris. And this is, I've never been on an earnings call before, so I don't know. But is there a Q&A at the end? Like, do analysts or shareholders ask questions? Okay.
There is a Q&A at the end. Now, what's interesting to see is you'll find that the guys who cover the company are generally the ones who get the priority on the airtime for Q&A.
Yeah.
And their names, it's really, really hard if you're on an earnings call and you're chief operating officer, chief, executive officer, whatever you might be, to just open it up to some random ass person that calls in, because you don't know what that question might be. And there's a lot of crazies out there. I mean, I don't mean to downplay the severity and the value of people's contributions here, but generally speaking, the analysts who cover you and the names are going to ask you more appropriate questions so that they can do their job. And it isn't like this big, clusterfuck of a call where it's just like an open session. Now, I will say companies like Berkshire Hathaway will have their annual shareholder meeting, and they'll do a Q&A and something like that.
Yes.
And that's fantastic. If you have the opportunity as a shareholder to go to an annual shareholder meeting of any company that's large like this, I recommend you go. Small cap, mid cap, not a lot of people go in most cases in my experience, but the large cap, everybody goes.
Yeah. Oh, really?
And I think you get a lot more Q&A in those shareholder meetings that's happening annually. It's also the time where the board is elected again and reelected. So I think those are a lot more valuable personally for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's where the Berkshire Hathaway, the real questions come from Munger and, at least may you rest in peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Warren, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why, each share of those costs, what does it cost? Like 400, 500 grand?
It's a lot. Yeah, it's more than you and I can afford. Ferrari.
They literally have a Class A, Class B. Like, for people like us.
Peasants and wealthy. And the peasants are still more than we can afford.
And by the way, Class B, y'all ain't invited.
You get no voting rights.
Yeah.
You can just watch while we party. How does it make you feel?
You know what we're doing over here is worth it.
Yeah. I mean, we're not peanut butter and dill, but we're having a good time.
Yeah, exactly. And lastly, to wrap this up, earlier this month, the Oregonian reported that Nike had been quietly laying off employees over the past several weeks and had signaled that it was planning for a broader restructuring. A series of divisions saw cuts, including recruitment, sourcing, brand engineering, human resources, and innovation that the outlet reported. Now, nothing to break down there really, but...
So a local periodical caught wind of this because they started the layoffs ahead of this call, which is smart, right? The problem is if you do it too soon, the last thing you want to do is publicize that you're doing these things. So if you put 2 and 2 together here, what you can sense is the local periodical picked up that people had been laid off. They've done some due diligence and figured out that it was significant enough to report on. It was an actual reduction in force. And that coincides with the earnings call where they said they're going to do these things. Now, if you notice that in the earnings call, they didn't specifically say when or if it had been done or not already.
Yeah.
I don't like it when they do this. I think they should be a lot more specific.
Yes.
We have done this. We plan on doing that.
But news travels fast, especially over there, man. I mean, because that's where their huge employee store is at. When I went with my wife and some friends like years ago to Portland, we had passes to the Adidas store. Apparently, Adidas also had an employee store there. And we told one of the Uber drivers there that, we're going to the Adidas store. And she was like, do you guys want to go to the Nike store? We're like, I'm sorry, excuse me? Because you have to know an employee there in order to get you in. She goes, oh yeah, my best friend works over there. And literally gets us in. I don't know if anyone I've
been there.
For people who don't know this, okay.
It is fucking massive.
It's like walking into Home Depot.
Yeah.
Okay? That's how massive it is. Yeah. Full of Nike gear, Nike shoes, stuff that's like not really released yet out there to the masses, right? Only for the employees. You're like, God damn, this is why I would work here.
I went there as a kid and I was on my basketball team and I was fucking excited, right? But I had a limited budget and I had planned to buy a couple things. This is back, before technology got in the way. It was like, cash bar, brother. And then I realized at checkout, they don't have tax.
Yeah, man.
And I was like, wait, what?
I'm going to be right back.
Yeah, I'm going to go do, yeah. I was so happy, bro.
I got a couple more things to buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I remember walking out of there with like 4 pairs of shoes. I was like, oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
mean, I was justifying in my head, like, okay, I won't buy shoes again for the next year.
Then you bought like 4 more pairs of Travis Scotts.
No, this is years ago. Come on, man. Anyways, I think that's all we got for today before we get into some of these reviews.
Wow, you just cut the episode like that?
What do you want? I mean, what do you want to do? You want to go on for 3 hours?
Cut it right off in the dick, bro. Like you didn't. Silent recession.
One thing we should get into, just because this is really blowing up and it's been blowing up for quite some time, is this article from CNBC.
Wait. Haroon, are you even alive back there?
Yeah, why?
You just don't. You mad at us?
Hey, I asked the question last.
I know. That was the first question you asked, and it's because we prompted you and gave you alcohol.
Yes, I'm alive.
Yeah.
I feel like you shouldn't drink anymore on the shows, man.
He's savoring every sip.
Yeah, man. It's like, what's going on back there?
He's a connoisseur of Buffalo Trace.
He's just smelling it.
Yeah.
And then coughing.
Yeah. You actually had some more coughs again last episode. I haven't heard you do that in a while. You okay?
That's Chris's way of calling you out.
No.
I felt bad. I tried moving the mic and stuff too.
No, I could tell because the little waveforms are also, I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I hear like, I'm telling you, one of these days you guys are going to listen to the episode.
Now you're going to leave it in.
And all you're going to hear is
All right, so this from CNBC is the U.S.
Why are you in such a rush, man?
Well, I want to get to this because I really want to get to those 2 reviews.
They're great.
The listeners, they tend
Last
to drop off.
episode went an hour and 20 minutes. You freaking out at the 59-minute mark?
Because I know we're going to spend some time on the reviews because they were that good.
Because Chris can't read.
Yeah, I'll take care of that one. Yeah. Is the U.S. in a silent depression? Economists weigh in on viral TikTok theory. This from CNBC. Jessica Dickler, back at it again.
I love Dickler.
You like Dickler a lot.
I love Dickler. Jessica Dickler's the balls.
Yeah, she reports on like multiple like subcategories.
I'm on a list, right? Like I deal with a lot of journalists now, and I got to tell you, I respect and admire them. If there's anybody I had on my wish list, it's Dickler.
Dickler.
Yeah, I wish I had more time for Dickler.
Dickler. So one of TikTok's latest trends, coined the quote-unquote silent depression, aims to explain why Americans feel so bad about their own financial standing, even when the country is in good shape.
Nope. Correction.
Not in good shape.
Point of fact,
Yeah.
Not in good shape.
Yeah.
Don't let the bullshit hype fool you. And we've talked about this in previous shows. 2001, 2007, 2020. Market rallies before all those times, number one. Number two, inflation. Oh, my God. It went from 9.1 to 3.1. Oh, my God. It's so amazing. Price is still going up 3.1%.
I'm telling you right now, real inflation is actually higher than that. Okay,
Yeah,
when it was 9.1%, it was more like 17%.
Yeah, real inflation is not so fun. And here's what people did. They're like, fuck it, I got savings. Fuck it, I got savings. Now they're like, fuck.
I got nothing.
I got no savings.
I got credit card debt.
Little fun fact, I actually was talking to some journalists today, ironically, that a massive percentage of all demographics from age and from FICO score, both of them, have borrowed on personal loans recently to pay down debt.
Oh, wow.
401k borrowing is up.
Mm-hmm.
Home equity lines of credit are starting to creep up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not able to tell the future. Let's how you cough a little bit. You
Sorry.
get that out?
Yeah, got
okay.
that out. Yeah.
Fine. Okay, yeah. You always make such a big production. You like move the mic, you turn your head, you cough.
I wait for you to pause it.
How am I supposed to talk through that?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, it looks like you're getting your testicles checked. Like that's what you're like
Every
time.
Practicing.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, the market is not in good shape. There's all sorts of red flags, and yet you will see people on social media talk about, oh, shit, I don't understand. Of course you don't understand.
Right. So people who are making this claim, what they're really trying to do is compare the 1930s to now. Okay, and trying to compare this time to the Great Depression.
Wildly insulting to the Great Depression, by the way.
Wildly insulting. Okay, I get that it's hard times.
Yeah.
Okay?
I know it feels like it's a bitch.
And like it feels like it's an uphill battle. Well, listen, we're not saying that it's not going to be a depression, or it could be, but we're saying right now, as of right now, it is not.
I have a theory. Okay? And I'm about to blow your fucking mind.
Because I found something out about this when I did some research that I was actually blown away by. I did not know this.
You want to go first or I?
No, you go first.
Mine's about AI.
Okay.
Mine's
about reporting of taxes.
I'll go first.
Okay.
So I truly believe the depression feeling a lot of people in this target demographic are really feeling has more to do with the addictive traits of AI's implementation on social media. So, for example, it used to be that social media, generally speaking, was in chronological order. Saied posts something, Haroon posts something. I see Saeed's first, I see Haroon's afterward.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't matter what the posts were.
Right.
You posted it. You're my boy. I'm going through my feed. You're there, number one.
Right.
Number two, so on and so forth. Well, now that's really been de-incentivized, and most of them are not in chronological order anymore. That's because AI, everyone's like, oh my God, what's AI going to do to the world? It's already doing it, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's feeding you more of what keeps you in that infinite scroll, and it's feeding you more to keep you in and engaged. And what do you want? You want something that's going to trigger the dopamine in your brain.
Right.
You want something that's going to make you feel interested and happy.
Right.
Or engaged. Right? So it's usually this inflammatory, crazy, wild shit. It's boobies for some people. It's cars for other people. It's cats. I don't give a shit. Whatever you're into.
Mm-hmm.
And it's showing you that constantly.
Hood clips.
Yeah, hood clips.
Love me hood clips.
I mean, yeah, whatever works for you, right? But it's hitting that dopamine hit. It's addictive, and there's clear information that's coming out of social media companies where they understand the addictive nature and they're trying to make it addictive.
Yeah.
And I think that's the depression that's kicking in. I think we've now seen what AI can do to a human, but we're not calling it AI. We're calling it, oh, social media is bad.
Yeah.
No, social media is legitimately AI, and it's learning what you think,
Yeah.
and it's weaponizing it against you.
Well, this is
to make it addictive.
This is the problem that a lot of people have with trends, right? Meta's trends. That's supposed to be like X. Is that what it's called? Trends.
Mm.
What do you use, bro?
Instagram, yeah.
Instagram's trends, the one that they try to be like
Talk to
Twitter.
the social media guy.
No, but you use it. You don't know what it's called?
Yeah, Instagram trends.
Instagram trends, right? This is what they do. They post things that they think you like, kind of like Instagram, right? Versus Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, now X. They post things in real time, right? And that's the big draw to Twitter, right? Because if somebody wants to release a statement, you go to X and you post it right away. You know it's right there, and you can go there and it's top the list. Versus trends, it just hits you with the algorithm.
I got to be honest, I knew that, but I hadn't really thought it through. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and that's always what kind of made Twitter the go-to platform. Where if you want to come out and you make a statement really quickly about something, boom, you go there. Or X. I hate calling it X. It's Twitter, man.
You know, here's why I hate calling it X. Let me just throw out a theory.
You can't say tweet.
You can't say tweet, so there's no way to say what you're doing. I'm Xing. X gonna give it to you.
Yeah, they got to earn those rights.
I had to take that.
Yeah, right? It's too many syllables.
It's too many. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, right? Just
Xing?
Phonetically.
That Xing sounds really bad.
It sounds like you're on ecstasy. Porn? Is there going with porn?
I pulled myself back.
What are you going to say?
No, I'm not going to say it.
Why are you going to say it? Wait, Xing?
No, I'm not saying it.
What people want to hear.
People don't want to hear.
Yeah, they do.
Haroon, I want to hear.
I want to hear.
There we go.
Nope.
2 out of 3. Yeah.
Nope. In my mind right now, the wife said presidential veto.
But your body's telling you yes.
But my body.
All right, go, Saied.
No, man. No.
All right, I'm muting you. Which one is it, 2 or 3?
Yeah.
It's too far. It's too far. I know my limits. I have limitations.
That's probably better for me anyway. I won't get those frantic calls. Fuck, you need to take that out.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, man, we got to come into the studio. You gotta remove that shit.
Listen, we need to all dress like we were wearing before, sit down in front of the cameras. And
We've only done it once, and nobody noticed.
No, because my editing was fucking perfect.
Okay. Yeah.
We were so mad.
Yeah.
I'm still mad.
You were so
I'm
angry.
not mad that we edited it out. I'm mad of like the whole like philosophical debate that went behind it.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You're
Anyways, let's go to reviews. Yeah?
You're in the minority.
You
in this.
bitch.
But hold on, before we get into that, so there's 2 claims when people make this claim of us being in a silent depression. The first claim is that the average income today is actually lower than it was in 1930 when you account for inflation. Okay, that's their claim number 1.
Is that not true? Is it?
It's 100% not true.
Yeah,
it's so wildly wrong. Okay, so the way they calculate it is wrong. This is what I had to say about taxes. So they're saying that you're living a worse life than people were in the 1930s. The average income in 1930s was $4,800. When you equate that or you translate that, due to inflation, that now today is $85,000. Okay, when you account for inflation.
Okay.
In 1930s, though, only the top 6% of income earners had to file taxes.
That's it?
That's it.
I did not know that.
So that was the average income tax for individuals who filed taxes. Okay? Really, it was closer to $1,400. Convert that to today's dollars, it's $24,000.
I gotta feel.
So this is why you can't trust TikTok people.
If you're trying to silently depress me, it's working.
Okay.
Jesus.
Median salary today is approximately $57,000. Claim 2 is that essentials like housing and cars are more expensive today. If you control for inflation than it was in the 1930s. Here's the problem
you don't
with that.
need to buy the fucking cars.
That's the other point, right?
It was basic fucking transportation back then. It was one car. It was a Ford.
It was one car, right? You're not getting all the perks that come with the cars. You're not getting AC. You're not getting power steering. You're not getting your Bluetooth, all this stuff, right?
Yeah,
These leather seats. You're not getting all this stuff. And cars are more reliable.
You want a cheap car? Go buy a fucking Mini.
Yes.
Go buy a smart car. Is smart car still in business?
Probably not. I don't know.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of cheap options.
I haven't seen one in a long
You don't
time.
have to buy a Rivian.
Right. And housing too. The other thing that they're not factoring in for housing, right, is, the price per square foot. Houses are a lot bigger these days, and they come with a lot more amenities.
No. Your houses are a lot bigger, and your houses come with a lot more amenities.
Christopher, smart cars are no longer sold in the U.S., but we're keeping owners cool. That's cool.
That's cool. Just totally get off the page while we're reading.
Sorry, he answered the question.
I feel like he was reading it still.
It was so
my bad. I
feel
like, just stop.
I feel like Jamie wouldn't have done that. Yeah. But you deserve it after you cock-blocked the whole fucking... I got an idea I want to talk about. Oh, never mind.
No, I did not say that. All right, let's get into these reviews.
Fucking cock-blocking the show all day long.
That's what we do out here.
Yeah, well...
Oh, you got them up on the screen. Look at you.
Wow.
All right. We got 2 5-star reviews.
Oh, the first one's not complete, and the second one's not complete either. You got to go to your phone.
Oh, I got to go to my phone because they were good.
They're longer.
A little bit longer. Okay, here we go. First one. This from Rosie2509. From 0 to 60% financial literate. I don't know how it fit. Real quick. Love this podcast. As someone who grew up in a third world country with zero understanding of the financial market in the U.S., I've become a fan of this podcast. Investing has always been an icky subject for me, as I didn't have enough knowledge and, quite frankly, thought only the 1%ers were able to partake. These 2 guys have made a huge impact on my financial literacy and my newly found passion for compound interest.
Wow, lots of things to say to Rosie. Number 1, yes, these 2 guys, not 3. We did that.
I'm just an asshole out here.
Yeah, no, she's discounting Haroon because she's from a third world country and she knows that Haroon's contribution.
We're keeping him outside the country.
Yeah, outside the country.
That's what we're doing.
But in all honesty, I would love to know what third world country you're from and kind of more about your background. That was a very, very, very kind review. But I think you should take somebody's phone and tell us on a subsequent review.
Yes.
Where you're from, Rosie.
Yeah, while leaving a 5-star. And she caps her review with, also shout out to Haroon for asking Chris and Saied all the good questions I wish I could ask. Keep them coming, boys.
Oh, there you go. Okay, Haroon, she didn't totally ignore you.
See? I did ask questions.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you, Rosie. That was very kind of you. And honestly, it's those kind of reviews that really make me want to come in on a Thursday night at fucking... It's 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. We appreciate you, Rosie. Thank you.
Yeah.
Next, from Ziggity Zach 307. I felt bad for this one.
Why?
I mean, because they went... You'll understand why in a second. Best financial literacy podcast. 5 stars. Clearly honest. Close the effing door. Come on, Ziggity Zach. Just go all the way. Close the fucking door.
I don't think Apple will let them like that.
Really?
Yeah.
They'll flag it? No way.
Listen, I don't know how you like to identify, but they may mark it. Okay?
Okay, what do you mean?
I feel like you just called me a name.
Me? What'd I say?
You said flag.
No, they flagged the review. Man, get the fuck out of here. Close the effing door. Thank you. Was wanting to wait till merch was dangled out there for reviews. But the JP and Pelosi commentary had me laughing so hard, I decided to review now.
Well, I see. When I read that review, I'm like, "What was he talking about? Doing the whole Nancy Pelosi voice?" From
I thought it was JP and yellen. We haven't attacked Pelosi in a minute.
I think it was like the whole "you son of a bitch."
That was yelling.
That was Janet Yellen. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell it was Janet Yellen.
But we
Pelosi sounds more like this. I got your money, motherfucker.
Yeah. No, she's talking to her husband. Did you make that trade?
I'm worth $28 million. You do the math.
Yeah, husband. Yeah, hubby. Did you make the trade I told you to make?
I don't trade inside of trading inside. I do it outside.
Yeah. Did you do the put?
Yeah. I call that shit.
Yeah.
And then I put that shit. You can call me Nasty Pelosi.
That episode alone was worth 10 stars. Well, there's one way they could do this.
Yeah, you just leave 2 reviews that are 5 stars each.
Yeah, Ziggity Zach. Next one should be Zach Ziggity, right?
That's still discriminatory.
A little bit too much? Okay. Found you through Mind Pump and listened to every show. I've learned a ton and have gotten some great laughs. You guys are the best.
Oh, keep it going. Man, thank you. You know what? And fucking A, man. Mind Pump has been so goddamn good to us.
Amazing. They deserve a lot from us. We need to show more appreciation.
Maybe we should send Haroon up there. Just
to lap dance? What? To do a lap dance?
Yeah. Just
hit up their snack closet. What you guys got in here? Protein bars.
You guys remember that one time that Adam said we could have a bunch of shit when we left and they never offered us anything?
No, he did. But none of us wanted to walk over there and be like...
No, he didn't tell us.
No, he did. He said, hey, we got a box full of shit. You guys go help yourselves is what he said. Right? He didn't expect.
Yeah, but he didn't like walk us to a room. It's like sending us to the back.
We were also walking to the restaurant at the same time.
He didn't, bro. He's like, you guys are the homies. I don't have to walk you over there. If you want some shit, go get it.
Bro, I just didn't want to like walk in. It's because they have that room with the.
Bro, they had all the shit. If they had, let me tell you right now, if they had a Juve light right there and they had some Magic Spoon, I'd be getting all the Magic Spoon.
Bro, they have a room in the. You haven't seen the room in the back behind all the stuff?
No, the sauna and
they have the sauna, the cold plunge, and the Juve in the same room.
Yeah.
I call it the orgasm room.
Yeah.
Because you
the climax.
Yeah, you go in there.
That's the climax room.
You ain't coming out fresh. You did something wrong.
You did something exactly. Do you think they hop in back and forth? They do both?
Oh, you guys are so lucky we don't have that room. I would come out butt ass naked. Be like, guys, you want to jump in?
Guys, this is amazing.
Let's team cold plunge.
Bonding. We got a bond.
I want to really swashbuckle.
Dude, what would we get in our room?
Dude, I saw
a bunch of rainbows, monsters, Red Bulls.
Yeah, it'd be all the unhealthy shit.
I bring Quest bars just to sabotage Chris.
Have a cocaine jar on the table. It's baby powder.
It's good. It's good. Dude, I saw an old promo of the Mind Pump guys where they were all sitting in some like hot tub and they were promoting like one of their like new programs at the time. And somebody came in and they were talking about how should we promote this thing? I don't know, man. How do you think we should promote it? But really that was the promotion. I was like, damn, I could see us doing something like this. But what would we be promoting?
I feel like they're not those guys anymore, though.
Yeah, man.
They've
grown up.
They got not non-corporate. Yeah, they're a little more corporate.
They have to be.
They have sponsors.
Bro, they got a full team now. You know,
it's a thing.
It's a thing.
Speaking of which, now that we're late in the show and we know that only the homies stick through,
only as they call it, the real ones.
The real ones. Can we?
What are we doing?
I don't know how you're gonna respond to this.
I don't like when you get like this.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Haroon, is your mic on? Is it hot?
Yeah.
Is it real hot?
Yeah.
How bad was that last editor?
Oh God. Poor guy. Poor.
All right, guys.
That was so bad.
It's gonna take some time to find an editor.
Jesus Christ.
Oh shit!
Well, that's the first one. I'm like, it's a joke. Haroon just did this shit on his own, like iMovie or some shit.
It was on iMovie, right?
Yeah, it was on iMovie.
Hold on.
The fucking text off the screen and shit.
The kid. Your head was cut off.
I know my head was cut off. The text off the screen.
Man, why did he feel confident to submit that?
Bro, he submitted that shit. Was like, this is fire.
Bro, he was hitting Haroon up. Like, hey, did they like it?
Yo, you gonna hire me, right?
Or he messaged me twice, and he's like, "Hey, just let you know, I'm on PTO in 2 weeks too, so I need an answer in the next week." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Wait, he said that to you?
Yeah. Well, he didn't say PTO.
He listens to the show.
Wow.
He listens to the show. Yeah. He's like, "Oh, if the guy hiring me does it, then I can do it."
There's no way that dude listens to the show.
No, he didn't listen to the show. No, but dude, he sounded like such a good kid. Like
I'm sure he.
I wanted it for him.
So did you? So let me get this straight. Did you get the parents' permission before you interviewed the fourth grader?
This kid, honestly, yeah.
There's 2 people that Saied and I had interviewed. This guy was the kid, and we're like, "Oh, we can groom him into what we want." And then there's the other guy that we spoke with, and he was like,
I swear to God,
bro, he was so bad.
He edited that on TikTok.
Bro,
it was so bad.
Captions weren't even centered.
No, it was so bad.
Like he honestly he didn't care.
No, here's
like we're laughing about it now, but if I'm being 100% honest, when he submitted it, I was like, "Fuck you, dude. You didn't care enough to like take some serious pride in this shit."
Maybe he did. Maybe he spent some time trying to figure out how to use it.
Chris, the captions were off the screen.
No, I know that, and it sucks for him because he probably didn't know how to fix that shit.
Your
video editing software. My forehead was not on the screen. My forehead is not that big, by the way. Okay, fuck it. It is that big.
Hey, can we? hey, for the real listeners, we should find a way to release these. We gotta release them, right?
Yeah, we gotta post them.
We gotta post them somehow.
We gotta post them.
Like on the stories, and they disappear.
Yeah, just like, hey, everybody.
This is what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Leave us a comment in the YouTube video.
Our creative director would fucking
just
destroy us if we did that shit.
Oh yeah,
she ain't playing.
She ain't fucking with that.
Yeah. So
we're still on the hunt.
Yes.
So if there's a Jamie out there,
yeah,
Jamie's your job, dude.
Yeah, no, that's you. No, there's look, if you know any content creators. They know how to do this shit, and they want to grow. They want to grow.
Located in Orange County.
Located in Orange County, and they want to grow with us, and they understand our messaging. They understand the vibes.
I'm not going to name the name because I've actually been on this person's like podcast and done stuff with them. But somebody went slightly viral-ish today, complaining about how he paid for services from a content creator that's pretty popular. And he was paying the content creator $25,000 a month.
A month?
A month to create reels and content and manage his social media. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. And so he went viral because he called the content creators, like networking people, his company, recorded him on video calling the company, had him on speakerphone, was like, look, I wasted a month of my time sending you raw content, going through your onboarding process, everything else. I gave you $25K to look like this person's content because that's what I expected. And you guys are supposed to run completely independent of me. That's why I'm paying an egregious amount of money. Keep in mind, a really good content creator that's going to do all this stuff for you, maybe 6 to 8K max.
Oh, really? Is that the going rate?
Max.
They handles all social media too?
That's like top tier shit, 6 to 8K. As in, like, they're going to make everything. They're going to come to you, film everything, do everything, load everything, put it up. You do nothing, right? Manage your responses, manage your inflow of business, the whole thing.
Got it.
That's like top tier level shit too.
Got it.
So he's getting charged 3-4 times as much as that. And they're like, yeah, we're not refunding you. And he's like, I'm a businessman. I wasted a month of my time. I'm telling you, I didn't post a single thing you gave me. I took it all down. It didn't look like that person's content. You can aesthetically see that. And they're like, yeah, that person's not going to agree to a refund. Sorry.
No names?
I won't name names.
No names.
I might name names.
Eventually,
yeah. I'm going to give this person an opportunity to. Because I pinged him. I'm like, yo, bro, like, this shit's going out there. Like, you need to do something about this. So I'll see what he does.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. $25K, that's a whole lot of money.
You're not allowed to say that.
Why?
Because it just...
It was a play on trillions.
I know, but I thought we were keeping this all wrap.
No cap?
Yeah, don't go chasing waterfalls.
Oh, another TLC. So which one of these? What was your go-to TLC?
Red light.
Really?
Yeah.
Waterfalls for me.
You sound like a waterfall guy.
I grew up there. That was like the
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
What was that MTV show?
It wasn't No Scrubs?
With
Yeah.
No, fuck No Scrubs. I was a scrub.
Share that high school story.
We ain't doing that.
Come on.
I'm not that good.
Come on.
So me and some friends in high school.
Some friends and I. Fuck grammar, right?
Right.
Whatever.
Fuck yeah, we're here. It's late night. This No Scrubs song came out and like, I don't know. We were the scrubs that they were attacking, and we didn't like it very much. And then there was a parody song that came out, right? That's attacked them. It was called No Pigeons. Okay. And
Did you hear that song, Chris?
No.
Okay.
Pigeons? Oh, it's an amazing song.
I was in my Babyface era back then.
Babyface.
Yeah.
So No Pigeons came out, and me and a group of 4 other gentlemen. These guys are gentlemen now. We called ourselves the No Pigeon Crew. We had T-shirts, we had hats. It was the whole.
You had no pigeon hats.
Yeah, we walked around with shirts that said "No Pigeons" like on our shirt in high school. It was looking back on it now, it's so wildly embarrassing. But yeah, I didn't like the way that they were attacking us. They were trying to come after us.
I don't understand why
we were the scrubs.
Why you are the scrubs in this scenario?
I don't know. We felt like they were attacking us.
How arrogant are you guys?
Back in the day, our egos were this big, man.
So you thought that when they were talking about scrubs, they were automatically talking about you?
They were trying to attack guys like me.
I don't. What does that mean?
I don't know what it meant back then. It just felt something that we could latch onto.
It's like Chris latching onto him being a shooter back in the day.
Yeah, who told you that you could shoot, man?
Oh, honestly, he didn't like that. Oh,
honestly, you need to slap that guy because that gave you false hope. That person gave you false hope.
All right.
You wasted a lot of time playing basketball.
You want the story? We'll give you a story.
Oh, here we go.
When I was in high school, I was not a shooter. And I spent a tremendous amount of time practicing just putting up shots.
Mm-hmm.
But my coach was an unusual dude. The first summer out of high school, I didn't have a coach telling me I couldn't do things. And I was playing in a lot of leagues, a lot of AUU or whatever it is, traveling team stuff. And I was allowed to shoot. I was putting up like 30 regularly in these games, just shooting threes and shit for the first time.
On club teams.
On club teams. It was great.
Yeah.
I'll never forget there was a pivotal moment where, like, I beat a pretty stacked team of guys who are now largely professionals.
I love how he said I beat, not we.
Oh, fuck we. It was me, bro. That was me.
I'm not gonna interrupt this story. I'm gonna let you have this.
I had like 45
Saied.
Yo, man, I've finding all the plot holes in this. Go ahead.
What plot holes?
Oh, let you finish the story.
I won't tell you a story. Fuck you.
Go on, finish the story.
Chris,
come on, man.
No, fuck you.
Don't be that guy, bro.
I'm that guy. You did that shit earlier tonight. What the fuck you mean I'm that guy? You did that shit first. I don't want to tell you the story because I don't want to have to come and edit the show later on. Mid-story and shit. What the fuck was that about?
It was not mid-story. I held myself back.
What is that? You can't fucking start the story.
I didn't start
and
a
hold
story.
yourself back.
I did not start a story.
You
I was
start
halfway through.
See?
No, I was good. I was doing color commentary.
We both fucking voted on you finishing the fucking story.
I was doing color commentary, and I held myself back from a comment. That's all that I did.
2024, 2 over 3 wins.
2024, what? What did you say?
Going into 2024.
The 2 votes over the 3rd wins.
Oh, next year.
Yes.
I speak Haroon fluently.
Thank you, sir.
You got that shit.
Yeah,
I am buzzing.
All right, we'll do that.
Who's driving? Please tell me you're driving.
I'm driving.
All right,
that's why I was babysitting.
You babysitting? Fuck you! Jesus Christ! He and I were actually drinking like soldiers.
Oh, yeah, good. I mean, you got a 5-minute drive. And
I opened a beer back here too.
And it's raining.
You open a beer?
I'm trying to be responsible.
There's 1 beer left in the fridge.
It's that dirty IPA, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was not even good.
I will tell you, there's one that was back there last time I opened one. That it was those 2 left. It was that one, the one you just had, and another one. It was actually surprisingly good. I was like, why the fuck did we leave this here?
You like that fruity shit? It was that watermelon
Yeah,
one.
It was the watermelon one.
Fucking dirty fruity.
Dude, my new thing when I get a beer is I get like I'll get an IPA of some type, which I generally don't like because it's too hoppy.
I don't get it. So what is this? What's hoppy mean? A hoppy beer? What is that?
You can taste like the hops. It's almost like a grainy, grassy kind of vibe.
Oh, is that when they say it tastes weedy?
But they're heartier. No. Weedy is a little bit different.
Okay.
I've
never been a beer drinker. I don't know.
Yeah,
I can say I've never enjoyed a beer ever, not once.
So I'll take that with a more bitter, acidic beer, typically a cider, and mix the 2 together, and that is the perfect beer.
Oh, you mix it with a cider?
I'll mix a cider with like a IPA. That's a really hoppy
You're
IPA.
A barista now.
And now I want to come up with a new concept, right? And look, if you guys got this far into the show, I'm dropping a free game on you. Okay?
You dropped the burrito game.
I dropped a burrito game.
That one was, I mean, somebody got to do something with that.
Multicultural burritos, bro.
Have to.
Yeah. Okay. Here's a bar suggestion for anybody out there who wants to do something different, right? You open up a bar. You call it Mixed Taps.
Got it.
Okay. And then no beer that's ordered is just a straight beer. It's all mixed.
With something else.
With some multiple types of beer mixed. And I'm telling you, you got a thing. You got vibes.
I feel like we just lost Oduna as our Jamie. He's going to run this thing now. That's his dream right there.
Not even, dude. That sounds disgusting. But
No. It's not. Look, let me tell you. I will take you. Me and you will waddle into a nice little beer place that I know,
right
and
now?
I will.
Right
I will.
now?
Not right now. Not right now. No, I got my mom's at home. She's visiting.
She's asleep, bro. It's what time is it for her right now? 1:15.
I don't know, man. I can't count.
Y'all work in the AM.
Y'all know I can't count. This whole thing's a.
Wait, you guys work tomorrow?
No, I'm off. I'm on PTO.
I'm working tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh.
On PTO.
Bro, y'all been on PTO for the last 3 months, man. This is terrible.
All right.
Does it bother you?
You're working tomorrow. Be careful. I'm gonna check in.
Yeah, I'm working tomorrow.
I'm gonna send people into that office.
Bro, I ordered my wife like 2 Christmas presents. Not a single one of them showed up yet.
You're nervous.
I'm fucking.
You pay for expedite shipping?
I got booty hole sweat and everything, man. it's. I paid for all the expedite.
Butthole is tight.
Yeah, and then I sent a message to the guy. I'm like, hey man,
wrap too or no?
Like, huh?
Wrap too? Did they wrap it for you?
No.
Oh.
I'm like, hey man, like thing. You send me a FedEx number. It just shows. He's like, oh, FedEx is just busy. It was shipped. I'm like, it says it wasn't. He's like, no, they're just busy. Trust me, it's shipped. I'm like, I feel like trusting you right now is not the right thing to do.
Oh man, that's scary.
Yeah, I know it's just not gonna show up and be like, baby, I got you something. She's gonna be like,
So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do if it doesn't show up?
I'm probably gonna have to buy like a reserve gift tomorrow.
A reserve gift?
Like just in case.
That's when you gotta go expensive bag.
I know, but the problem is the bag she wants.
Birkin?
No, fuck you. No.
Eventually. It's getting there. Come on.
Never said it.
I mean,
I think she's at the point now where she doesn't really know what a Birkin is still.
Bro, I just found out about this Birkin shit. That's like, okay, no, I've always known what a Birkin is, right? But I didn't know, like, you can't just go buy one.
No, wait list.
Not even wait list. You got to get on an approved list.
Yeah.
Like, you got to qualify. You got to see, like, are you part of the crew or are you not part of the crew? They got to know.
Like a store at South Coast or like
no,
online?
No. This
Hermes,
this is over in Europe, right?
Oh. It's Hermes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got then you custom make the one that you want, like material, like everything.
Yeah. I think I saw an article from this guy who said he's going to leave part of his fortune to his landscaper.
Yeah. He's going to inherit him. He's going to adopt him first and then leave it to him.
Gangster, like $6 billion.
I mean, it's what P. Diddy did, right? Like,
that's like that's what people like live and dream for. Like, okay, that's going to be my long term.
You take in enough P over your lifetime, you get another type of P paid out.
P. Diddy, man, this guy.
Yeah.
Very disappointing. Very extremely disappointing.
Hey, man.
Be careful. Tap dance right now. tap dance. Come on.
No scrubs, bro.
No scrubs. Got it. Wow. Hour and a half. People, they deserve this. This was supposed to be the last episode of the year, but we got something special for everybody.
Assuming I ever get it done. I mean, it's at the point now where I'm just like, fuck this.
All right. So, I know we're a day late, but Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Yeah. And Eids that have passed that you were never taught about.
Have a safe New Year's.
And happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. Yes. And have a safe New Year's. Good job, Odun. Anything else? Odun, you got anything?
Nope.
He's not even sober. He doesn't fucking know what we're saying now.
Like, get me out of here.
He's like, no.
He's been on camera one for the last half hour.
Yeah, I haven't seen that bitch move all day long.
This is what he does at the end when we start riffing. He's like, fuck it.
Yeah, he's like
camera one.
For sure, he's like touching his ass right now. Which hand, left or right? Raise a hand, real quick. Yeah, it's in his pants.
Good night, everybody.
Okay, bye.